And that concludes our news segment. But just because Connor's not here doesn't mean we're not doing a conspiracy corner. This week we still have to finish up by doing Paige's conspiracy corner. Paige, what do you got for us?
All right, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of setup here before we get too into it. So the Great Pyramid of Egypt.
I'm familiar.
Never heard of it.
You guys familiar with it?
Let's start way at the beginning.
Way at the beginning. All right, so there's a pyramid.
Okay.
It's great. And it's in Egypt.
Gotcha.
And it is the tomb of Pharaoh Khufu, and it is one of the three that people think of. It's the larger one. The other two are considered to be tombs of his sons. It is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the world. It was completed around 2560 BCE. And it is made from 23 million blocks of stone, some weighing over 70 tons each. So it's a huge, massive undertaking to build this.
Well, that must have cost almost as much as the loop trolley.
Almost. It's got to be close. It's got to be close. So because it's so massive and these stones used in it are huge, how do you guys think they built it?
I think that because there was no radios or entertainment or anything else to do, they just got like every guy together and made them pull giant blocks through the desert.
Yeah, and a bunch of guys. Like as many people as they could possibly
all
get
the
together.
People.
All the people. Okay, okay. So you guys are both wrong. It was dinosaurs. They used dinosaurs to build the Great Pyramid.
Of course.
All right.
I don't want to jump in. Is this rooted in some weird Bible people stuff? Is it?
Let's get into it.
Okay, I was going to say this.
So there are 2 main sources I found for this theory that dinosaurs helped build the pyramids. And the first one is Vince. This is a French name. I'm sorry, everyone. Fenice? That's totally not it. That's 1,000% not it.
Vince Fenice. I'm from France.
Fenech. Fenice. I'm just going to call him Fenice. Okay. We'll pretend that's right. He is an evangelist pastor and director of a fully licensed, state-approved creationist institution. Okay. So he's a creationist. And for
Where's
those...
What's...
He's French.
Oh, okay.
It might be in Malta where his school is, though. I'm not entirely positive. But for those that don't know creationists, he believes 100% in the Bible creation story. And that the Earth is only like 4,000 years old. And so he believes that dinosaurs and humans lived at the same time. Mm-hmm. And he believes that they helped build the pyramids of Egypt. And in every article I could find of him and his interviews and everything, he says multiple times that these are only his personal beliefs. But I think he's just trying to save his school from going under because it's state approved. And he's the director of it. He says the dinosaurs are mentioned in the book of Job, and definitely existed at the same time of humans. And so what he's referring to in the Bible, the book of Job, chapter 40 through 41. The
beast of Babylon is a dinosaur?
No, that is one of them, but the behemoth and the Leviathan are the 2 mentioned in the Bible. And the behemoth description we have is, "Behold now behemoth, which I made with thee. He eateth grass as an ox. Lo now his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that madeth him can make this sword to approach unto him. Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees and the covert of the reed and the fens. The shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook encompass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth.
He was a man yea tall named Paul Bunyan.
And so the reason that he argues that this is a dinosaur,
clearly from the description,
and that it's real, is because in this same book of Job, there are only 12 animals mentioned that God created, and all of those are real. So obviously... this one has to be real.
Okay. Yeah, but this could be a giant sloth or an elephant or a mammoth.
So there are a lot of people that actually
any other giant.
A cow.
There are a ton of biblical scholars that think it's a hippopotamus is the main one that people think it is. Mm-hmm. Mostly because they argue the whole thing that he can lay down in reeds by the bank of a river and be covered. A fucking dinosaur can't.
Yeah, like you know how brontosaurus can sit under a tree and
chill
hang
out. Yeah. So a lot of people think it might be a hippo. Then so that's kind of mostly his logic for thinking that dinosaurs existed at the same time, and then just like the pyramids were hard to build, so obviously dinosaurs helped out, right? But there is
because what else could lift that? Only fucking dinosaurs.
Only a dinosaur.
I've seen Jurassic Park and World and Lost World. I've seen all of them, just to be clear, not to just name all of them.
Jurassic.
And they're strong creatures.
Yeah, they can help you move giant
for sure. And you know what else I've watched?
What?
Ever heard of a little program called the Flintstones.
What?
That documentary series on History Channel.
That's
It's
true.
a docudrama.
They use dinosaurs in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Even as garbage disposals.
Yep.
Even as garbage disposals, yeah.
And
You
vacuum
got a
cleaners.
good point. Yep.
So I'm just saying,
There's some validity to
there's
it.
some validity to it with
Yep.
the Flintstones and the Jurassic Park.
The documentaries.
The documentaries.
Unless you start coming up with some evidence to the contrary, I think I'm on board.
Yeah, right?
I think this is clearly.
Oh wait, we have more evidence. For
What?
it,
Thank
too.
But I
God.
Are
was
you guys
already
ready?
sold.
I was already sold,
All
but you
right,
got more.
so-
But wait, there's more.
So besides this French creationist, there is an Egyptologist, a very famous Egyptologist. His name is Nabir al-Samud. He
God.
found the palette. He didn't find it. This has been found before. The palette of Narmar.
What the fuck is the Palette of Narmar?
It's actually huge, and
It's
we have
a
a
real
lot of
thing?
we have a lot of hieroglyphics because of it. We learned a lot of translation because of it. It's a very famous tablet that's
It's not
really
like
well
this
preserved.
made up dinosaur bullshit.
No. This is actually
Okay.
legit.
It's
This
like
is
the
this is a
Rosetta
real thing.
Stone
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
historical and it's very important, and we've
Okay.
learned a lot from it.
You know, just like the dark saber.
Mm-hmm.
So it is from around the 31st century, and we have a picture from that. If you don't mind
Oh yeah, you want to
throwing
see
that
this
up
picture?
for me.
So
this is just a tiny bit of his proof.
obviously, look at this proof. That proves it to you right
Oh,
there.
those lions with weird snake necks?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are dinosaurs.
Or they're
They
like
don't look
panthers or
anything
something with
like
just
dinosaurs.
long
no,
necks.
they're dinosaurs.
Oh,
You know,
they don't look like any dinosaur.
this
I've ever seen.
Egyptologist says they're dinosaurs, so they're dinosaurs.
Okay.
Why
Yep.
did they draw them like cats then? Why do they have cat
Or like
ears and
llamas.
faces? Yeah, I didn't
Because
even think
they're
of that.
dinosaurs.
They fair enough.
So-
You're right. They look more like they probably are llamas.
Yep.
Or camels.
Yep.
No, that ain't a camel. They could have done a better job doing a camelback.
Well, I mean, I
so
guess
those
like
are-
you can't have artist interpretations of anything or like just bad drawings.
Yeah.
It's,
So this isn't his only argument, though.
okay.
This isn't his only.
I mean, it's a
argument.
pretty.
They found some dino
So-
scat in the desert.
They did find some texts.
I thought
They
you were
were.
gonna say they did find some scat.
They did. No, there were some texts discovered in 2013 that date back around 4,600 years.
Yeah.
They are supposedly written by men who participated in the construction of the Great Pyramid themselves. So this is some great actual like people that were there that we can use as a reference point. And these ancient texts describe Ra Nit Ka, which we've heard of before. We have other texts with him. It's described as the god beast. They originally thought it was to be like a whale, kind of the way it's
Oh.
described, like a big ass whale, like a
Gotcha.
leviathan. But now, after these texts came out, they describe him as living both on land and water, and he's said to have helped move materials used in the construction of the pyramid. They believe it describes a brontosaurus of some kind because it says things like the tail can kill an army of men and its neck reaches out to the sky.
What is this fucking arc?
So they think it kind of describes a dinosaur,
brontosaurus.
right? Yeah. With that description.
All right, how do you fucking train a giant building-sized
They did.
brontosaurus?
You know how you do it? You don't. You don't do it at all.
No, according
And then you make up shit like this to sell your religion.
according to this picture, you just tie some ropes around their neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So doesn't seem too hard to me.
Their necks don't really reach the sky. Like,
No, they reach like 8 feet in the air.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's, I know they did lots of symbolic drawing, but like, scale. You know what I'm saying? Give us a sense.
This
of
might
scale.
even be what they thought fucking giraffes looked like or something.
It could be.
I don't know if there's desert
And
giraffes.
No, but giraffes are in Africa, and that's
Not that far.
a lot closer to there than brontosauruses would be.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Yes.
okay. So let's go back to another point. There are fossils of a thing called Paraletian.
A paralegal. I've heard of that.
No, it is like it seems very similar to a brontosaurus, but it's a
Uh-huh.
new kind of dinosaur. It's not a brontosaurus. It is a vegetarian, and it does have an extremely long neck and an extremely long tail, and they did find them in Egypt.
It's called an herbivore.
Yes,
A vegetarian is a human.
that's fair. That's fair.
They carbon date them bones.
And its name means tidal giant. So
Mhm.
there is some kind of connection to like the water and the land. So they did find that. I also found one article I could not actually find any evidence for real backing this up that they maybe found dinosaur bones inside of one of the pyramids. But again, I found this on literally one article, nowhere else.
I mean, and even if
And that
they
could happen.
did,
That could
yeah,
happen,
that's
yeah.
not like impossible for
No, they think-
dinosaur bone to end up in a pyramid.
and from the article I read, they weren't arguing that dinosaurs built the pyramids. They think they just put it there.
This was like a separate article
Yeah.
you were reading. Yeah. Well,
Unrelated.
Okay. That actually makes sense.
So then, though, doing some more digging, this like super famous Egyptologist that everyone quotes.
Is that a real job?
Yeah.
Yeah, Egyptologist
Okay.
is real.
There's just some like jobs that are so specific that you're like, there's no way.
This
that's
is
real.
very specific.
Like
It's-
gynecologist.
Yes, like how are you
There's
just
no
a
way those
doctor,
are real.
a vagina doctor?
Like-
There's no way that's real.
It's too specific.
Vagina
Yeah.
specialists.
What? No, an
Egypt
Egyptologist is
specialist, I don't buy
basically
it.
like an Egyptian archaeologist.
Okay.
Just because there's so much there,
True.
it's its own thing.
True.
And so he's in all these articles. They use the exact same quotes. It's the exact same story from him, exact same pictures.
Okay.
And they always just say world famous Egyptologist,
Mhm.
right? So then I finally found another article. He might not be a real person. Like, he might not even exist. If you Google this guy, the earliest thing you can find is the article I referenced in this, which is from World News Daily Report, which is an American newspaper based in Tel Aviv, Israel, and it's often considered satirical and Zionist and has been accused of being fake news.
Oh, wow, okay. I was going to say, it's also too many things that are supposed to sound legit put together. It's
Yes.
like super real news, trust us.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah. And apparently that's the first mention you see of this guy who's supposed to be like a world famous Egyptologist. So he might not even exist. He might just not even be a thing.
Right.
So
That's it?
that's it.
Oh, so this guy that made up this
There's two people behind it. A creationist who just in passing was like, yeah, dinosaurs obviously built the pyramids. And then an Egyptologist that might not even exist.
So wait a second.
So
Wait a second. You're telling me this entire conspiracy is resting on the heads of a creationist
yep.
and a person who might not be real.
And the Israeli version of the National Enquirer.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Which the National Enquirer has posted like Bigfoot baby articles and shit like that, right?
They used to put like every year Bad Boy on the cover for like
Yep, yeah, that's
Like, one
true.
run.
That's true.
Well, I mean, that's one of the dumber conspiracies we've done
Yep.
in terms of like validity.
Yeah, not like the Vril where there was
No,
all kinds of
exactly.
Okay,
evidence
well,
for that.
okay, to be fair,
I didn't want to delve into something that was going to take like 6 episodes to hash out.
True.
So,
I mean, this is pretty easy to just say, well, that's stupid.
This also,
And
in all fairness, is more plausible than the Vril.
It's true. And it made me laugh pretty hard.
Wait a second.
Made me laugh real hard
Give
when
me
I read
why
about it.
your argument for why this is more plausible.
Why do I
than
think
the real.
it's less ridiculous to
Yeah.
think that Egyptians lived alongside dinosaurs as to think that there is currently a race of lizard people that have infiltrated all
Hey,
shred of
okay,
society
you know what?
and live.
Say no more, Chris.
We get it.
I'm starting to
I
see.
understand.
They
I'm
live in the
starting
hollow
to see
earth
your point.
where
Yep.
the core of the earth acts as their sun.
I'm
Yep.
starting to see your point. That's
And
fair.
they also, according to that conspiracy, have dinosaurs in there with them. Which I don't know if you guys even got into with Connor, but that's part of the Vril thing.
Only a little
Holy God! I honestly, let's not retouch on any.
Yeah, no, the Vril,
Marshall.
they
I don't want to
live,
go
they
back
live with
there.
dinosaurs in the Earth's
Yep.
core.
And those dinosaurs helped them build the
Okay, oh
pyramid.
my God.
Build.
This is just an extension of the
It
Vril
is.
of the Vril conspiracy.
We're coming back
Holy
around.
shit!
We're coming back
Where
around.
do you think they got the dinosaurs? It's from the Vril.
And turning this back around to Jurassic Park and the Vril and cloning, what's the central theme in Jurassic Park? Connect the fucking dots, Chris. See the bigger picture.
Don't play
Dinosaurs.
Don't play God.
Mhm.
Sometimes life finds a way.
hmm
God.
Well put.
Anyway, I guess that's it, huh? You
Ian
That's all I
Malcolm.
had. It was
That's
a
it?
short, sweet, and to the
That's
point
good.
one. And so just so you guys know, the dinosaurs built the pyramids.
okay? Well, I guess that's where we're gonna wrap up the podcast then, Chris. Unless you got anything else to add to it.
Oh, the dinosaur thing?
Yeah.
Listen, I just think a bunch of people who lived to the age of 30 and then died built the pyramids.
Oh,
and-
wait, I
and broke
forgot.
their backs doing it.
Oh, there's an important
There's
detail.
one-
still.
there's
no
one detail.
dinosaurs involved.
There's one detail. An actual
Dinosaur.
Egyptologist, Pierre Tillet, is the one who found the tablets that he references. Not the one of Narmer, but the ones that were found in 2013.
Yeah.
Um,
What does he say?
He actually found them, and he actually translated them. And he says that the tablets just say that there's a rock quarry 8 miles away, and that they moved the stones by boat during Nile flooding seasons. He says there's nothing in it at all about dinosaurs. So
Oh.
I forgot to add.
Oh, that's
I
a
forgot
pretty
to add that
important ad.
point. Yeah,
Paige is like, I think you're trying to sell this dinosaur.
I'm in, guys. I'm
pyramid building
invested.
conspiracy.
I'm invested. I dig it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Pretty
Paige, that was
important
lovely.
point.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
You did a great job filling in for Connor.